This is the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Super Talk 99.7 WT and the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team, and welcome back. It's Sunday evening.
It's almost Christmas time, Carey Ann.
It is. It's a holly jolly Christmas.
And we have Mr. Jason Hoover in the house.
Hey, everybody.
All right, Jason. So good. You're getting to be kind of a regular here, big guy.
I know you opened the door again. I was impressed.
Well, we just
Only
love
camped out
having
for
you
one
here.
day, so-
We have so much to talk about when you're here, so that makes it fun for us.
I know it.
No, it's truly an honor. I really do appreciate it.
We appreciate the level of wisdom and insight that you bring to the industry, Jason. That's why I wanted to make sure you're here on a regular basis, you know?
I love
So
it.
is everybody ready for the big day? It's coming up.
Bah humbug.
Well, we spent it over all week, so we'll be gone all
Oh, you
week.
are?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Touring Tennessee and Arkansas.
Oh, very nice.
Right.
Well, Santa comes to this town, and so there's a lot to do in a little bit of time, but it's gonna be fun.
I'll never forget when my grandkids were about Aubrey's size, my son dressed in a Santa outfit, and he actually went up on the roof and climbed through a window.
Yeah.
I mean, he did the whole thing. It was impressive. You know, he made it sound like there were reindeer up there and stuff
yeah.
banging around on the roof and stuff. And he came down and my son, God bless him, he's got tattoos all over his arms, you know, and he couldn't, the sleeve came up and my granddaughter saw the tattoo. Daddy, that's you.
Oh.
That's you. He got it. All that effort and then that tattoo popped out.
Oh, well, you know, Aubrey's dad has tried to figure this out every year, how we can step it up. Because I said my dad always did such an amazing job. He actually had the real reindeer bells on the leather straps and everything,
Wow.
and he would get on the roof. You know, it's a big deal. I swear. I mean, I still believe, so I think, you know, everybody should. So the magic of Christmas is big in our house, and so the morning I get so excited. I need now tripods because I want to get every angle of this. There's something about the magic in their eyes. It's just amazing,
Yeah.
you know. And she gets so excited. And the elf, literally, if I could just show you the videos of her finding the elf every day. I mean, I just knew it. She went and talked to Santa. He's coming back. I just knew he would be here. But the elf is hard. Like, we really hide the elf. It's not so much what mischief the elf's getting into. It's like where he's sneaking up, you know, to watch. Because the elf watches and then reports back to Santa.
Is that the connection?
That's
I don't know.
it.
Well, that's what I started to do.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I love it. So I can't believe it's already here. The year 2019 has gone fast for sure.
I'm just glad to hear that you got an elf. I would hate for her to go through any more trauma without that. You know?
Thank goodness. Yes.
Did you ever get it off the antler chandelier?
Yes. It was funny. It was thrown onto the antler chandelier, or what she thought flew onto the antler chandelier.
course.
Clearly, it was there.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, this is hilarious. So all of a sudden, the antler chandelier is now swaying. I go, this is not a good sign. I see this coming down. I think this is going to go real bad, you know, real fast type of thing. And thank goodness it didn't fall over. But I took the broomstick and did what I needed to do to get it down and start to hit it again. So it makes it fun. It's a good time.
Wow.
It's a Christmas season. The things that we do.
Carey Ann, before we forget, we need to make sure everybody sends their questions to questions@talkmusiccity.com or #TalkMusicCity. We really depend on those questions, so please send those in. Anything real estate related, mortgage related, we want to hear from you.
Yes, and this show is also a podcast, so you can listen at your leisure. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music, and others. You can also watch us on YouTube or our favorite Facebook. Simply search The Talk of Music City.
So you're going to be traveling for Christmas.
Yes. My my family, or my parents, live here in Tennessee now.
Right.
Obviously, you sold them the house, which you sent me pictures the other day. That was something. But Mindy's family lives in Arkansas still, so we get to go back there and spend some time with them.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's so we just take the whole week and just have different Christmases on different days. And just spread it out.
That's how it's done.
Now, we are doing something different this time. We actually bought tickets to Star Wars.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, so we'll be going to that tomorrow, actually. Yeah, on because we're going to have our Christmas Monday morning, and then we're going to go to see the Star Wars.
Is this where I tell you I've never seen a Star Wars movie?
Really?
Yeah.
Not a one?
I'm not sure that I don't know. I always loved and admired you. I'm not sure.
No, I've probably seen every Law and Order and every Hallmark Channel movie, but not a Star Wars movie. It's really funny. But I hear so many great things about them.
You've been tempted all these years.
I don't even know what to say to that, Monte.
You've been tempted. I don't know either. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, I can't tell you anything about it. Except it makes a lot of money in the theaters.
Yeah, so if I told you my goal is to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi in my office, that really doesn't resonate to any great revelation.
I'm just going to say a big deal. No? I love it.
See, Donald Miller wrote Story Brand Marketing, and I just love that guy.
Love him.
Amazing
Can
wisdom.
we get him on our show? That'd be a good one.
That'd be awesome, yeah. And he said there's only room for one hero in each story. And in the past, my job has been to be the hero for the agent or for the consumer. And now I've changed roles. My job now is to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi, which you don't know who that is, for the agent, so that it can help them be the hero in their customers' eyes.
Isn't that fun? It's a fun role to be in.
It is. I love it. I mean, I love it. I actually love it more than the other part that I've done in the past.
It's very filling. Yeah, because I get a sense of that.
I'm sure
being
you
a coach.
do. Absolutely.
And it is. It's a very filling, and I'm sure you have it in your business as well, is to see other people succeed. I mean, you just can't match that. No,
we've all three got the coaching heart, and there's no doubt about it. That's why I wanted to talk about coaching today, and I think you've got some great insights to this topic, Jason. I'm really looking forward to getting into that. Jim, was there anything excitingly new out there in the real estate world that we need to touch on first, or can we?
Oh, just your favorite stuff, Monte. Investment companies are
I don't,
for 2020.
I don't want to talk iBuyer. That's what you're trying to poke the bear about. We'll save that for another time.
Well, we were just talking about, the magic in the eyes of a kid at Christmas. But I mean, for me, the magic in the eyes of a loan officer being able to, reach their goal that they've always, wanted to reach, or, close that one transaction or help that one family that was told no and then yes. I mean, that's the fun, I think, in our job too,
absolutely.
Where I get to have that opportunity to be there to celebrate them, on their good days.
One of the things I've thrown out to our company is, look, I'd love to sit down with you and and strategize for next year and let me be your accountability coach. And it's really interesting to see the goals that are coming to me. I love it when people on their own merit put down a plan of attack and how they're going to get there and everything. I want to hook my faith, my intention, my belief, my focus, my energy in helping make that accomplish that. It's a bigger reward now than accomplishing it myself.
And I want to make a point on that. That's one of the things that is setting you and this office apart, is that you truly are. I mean, I know when people just sit down in front of you, they can feel that heart and that dedication that you're bringing to the table for them. And it's not something that you normally see in this industry. I mean, there's a lot of people that care and they want you to succeed, true. But it's that extra step, because I think it becomes imperative in these agents in their business to see that from a broker owner, that, hey, I truly do care that you succeed. And that I can impart my wisdom and help you reach that goal.
It may sound kind of corny, I don't know, to some, but I didn't have much of an active father, and I didn't really know what a good father looked like when I started having kids, and I took it really serious. When I started having kids, and I read everything, I studied everything I could, because I wanted to be a good dad. I wanted to be what I hadn't had myself, and I've looked at the broker situation the same way. I didn't have a bad broker, but I had there was no interaction, there was no caring, there was no whatever. I was just one of the numbers, pretty much. And so I want to make sure from my heart that I bring more to the table than that, for sure.
Well, you're doing just that.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
coaching, I think, in anything in our life is important. We have it for our own personal lives. We have it for our business lives. Coaching is key for sure in anything that we do. So what is coaching, Jason?
Well, coaching is what I like to tell people. It's an intimate journey towards success that you are embarking on with the agent. So as a coach, I don't take it lightly at all.
Carey Ann, have you ever heard of that kind of explanation of what coaching is? An intimate journey towards success.
Oh, I love that.
I love it too. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, and it's I tell people, I don't have a coaching in a box. It's not a 12-step program, right? We're not trying to quit smoking or anything here. We're trying to build a sustainable, durable lifestyle. And to do that, it's got to be intimate. And it is a journey because you're not setting the goals. You're not setting the destination. That's what they're setting. That's what they're doing.
That's right.
And that goal will probably change, year over year, maybe even, quarter by quarter.
Right.
And if you don't have somebody to journey with you, it's going to be tough. And, the odds are not in your favor.
And everybody's goals are different. It's not all about who makes the most money or, closes the most units. Everybody has a different goal, even in my office.
Right.
And I want to help allow them to succeed and reach all of their goals, whatever they are, so and nobody outshines the other if one has a higher volume, than the other. So it's just, I reward and celebrate those that reach their destination, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually.
Amen.
We kind of do it that way in our office.
That's absolutely how we looking at it. We're looking at it as well. It's not about who can do the most. It's about who fulfills what they're set out to do, the journey they want to accomplish.
Yeah, and maintain the same core beliefs, within
That's
your
way
office.
more important.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we are so excited to have you with us tonight. We've got Jason Hoover in the house. We're going to continue our conversation about coaching. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Are you someone who is looking to gain wealth through real estate? My name is Carey Ann Cyr, and I'm with CMG Financial and my mortgage team. Whether you're looking to purchase your first home, a second home, or even an investment property, my team and I, we specialize in making the process of home ownership smooth as possible. With our vast variety of mortgage programs, our competitive interest rates, and our local support center, we have the ability to serve so many deserving families and help find just the right mortgage program to fit within your short and long-term financial goals. Mortgage loans is what we know, and approving them is what we do. We'd be honored to help you begin the process today. Check us out at yourtnlendingsolution.com. That's yourtnlendingsolution.com. Or give us a call, always a friendly voice, 615-456-4456. That's 456-4456. We look forward to helping you and beginning your mortgage application today.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here, Realty One Group, Music City.
And Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
And Jason Hoover in the house.
Yeah, I love it. And we're tasting a little peppermint bark here. So delicious.
Holiday cheer.
It is. Keep the holiday spirit alive. That's so yummy. Everybody's got their special treat during the holidays. But we are talking about coaching.
And I wanted to say something right before we took break.
Yeah.
You had said because everybody has their own goals.
Yeah.
And that's so true, and that's very important. Also, as a coach, you know that not only do they have their own goals, everybody has their own abilities.
Sure,
and their
right.
own desires and skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
From all of that is how we figure out that journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that goes back to why it's intimate.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that one-on-one, that intimacy, you're basically just giving directions, if that.
Wow, that's a good point. You're just a air traffic controller,
Right.
rather than a guide.
And that's why I say, I said one of the times on here was that, there's a difference. People like to call themselves a coach,
Mm-hmm.
and from what real coaching is.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I laugh because I'd say, your platform's outliers. My platform is people, falsely calling themselves coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Because people, just because you have experience, and maybe you're a multi-million-dollar producer, and you just all of a sudden decide, well, I'm going to be a coach. It doesn't happen that way.
No.
Yeah, you can be a great mentor.
Right.
You can be a great trainer because you've got the experience. But coaching goes beyond that.
Way beyond.
And it is not telling. It's not directing. It is listening, where you're doing 90% of the listening.
Mm-hmm.
And helping uncover blind sides from the other person and drawing out of them that ability, that courage we'd even talked about. It's helping pull that stuff out of them that they didn't even realize was there to begin with.
Wow. Wow.
sometimes we don't see our abilities, even if when we look in the mirror,
right.
And we need somebody to nudge us, and I'm very thankful for this radio show that has done that, for us. And there's so many opportunities that have helped, even the folks that are successful. Let's say we have hit the numbers and we have assisted and made a difference in so many families. We still may be timid or, not courageous to do that one thing that we've always wanted to do, so a really good coach can help you and break that ice.
Right. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It was in 2012, the beginning, that I met with a coach for the first time for a long time. And I believe in coaching. I really do. It was when I was about to lose my home. Things were really bad, from the economy crunch. And this coach challenged me. Michelle Broadbent of Southwestern Consulting. Are you familiar with that organization?
Yeah,
great
it's a great group. Mm-hmm.
Michelle challenged me because she said, "What's your financial goal?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm about to lose my home. I can't think of financial goals." Well, she goes, "Well, you need to think financial goals because you need to pull yourself up out of that, obviously." And it was that inspiration that she goes, "Well, what's your stretch goal?" And I said, $500,000 a year. And she goes, "Well, when are you going to do that?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, maybe 5 years down the road," something like that. She goes, "What's wrong with this year?" And I said, "This year, there's no way, But anyhow, long story short, she challenged me, and what's exciting for me was I accomplished that goal. First time ever that I had done something like that. So that was part of what a coach brought into my world, was that accountability and that challenge and that pushing maybe beyond what I saw in myself. And I'm sure that you see greatness in your coachees.
Right. And that you hit on something that's very key, is that there is something that triggers in all of us when somebody else believes in us. Mm-hmm. And when you have somebody that believes that you can do that, the door's open. Mm-hmm. And because I know whenever, with my coaches, because I'm obviously a coach, I've had 3 coaches at one time before. And I believe in coaching, so I have coaching, but they believe in me. Mm-hmm. And because they believe in me, that sets the bar higher. Mm-hmm. And I do not want to let them down. Mm-hmm. And celebrating that victory with both of them is just like, wow. That's just, I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, it starts with truly believing in your own self. And it's just, that's so hard to do sometimes. There's, like you said, there's no way I can climb that mountain. There's no way that I can ever have a radio show. There's no way, I can sing in front of a huge crowd, right? We put all this doubt. They always say it's all between the ears, right? Just that
self-limiting doubt.
That mind shift, of what we can actually accomplish. The thought for me to ever break through $100 million as a top performer and producer, that was never, I was never going to be able to do that. Right. That was like a dream out there that was in the books and the and the dreams and stuff. And to think that we've crushed that so many years and have been able to help so many more families, and so. Yes, there's opportunities. If you want to do it, you can definitely do it with the accountability and that support, and surrounding yourself with like-minded professionals that understand it and get it and believe the same things that you do. So good.
But Jason, how long have you been in the coaching mindset, a coaching business? Do you call it a coaching business or a coaching? Yeah. Okay.
So it started back in. I was thinking about this the other day. It started back in 2010, really, is when I kind of stepped out and started actually training, which led into coaching. Wow. And it all happened, sort of by accident, really. Mm-hmm. I never thought that, hey, this is what I want to do with my life.
Okay.
But so doing that here and there, I found out I really loved it. And when it was around 2014, when I decided that, what, I'm done with the corporate world. Mm-hmm. I'm not knocking corporate. It just wasn't for me anymore. Mm-hmm. Sure. I'd spent over 10 years in it, and I was done. I set on this, I started thinking about how can I design the life that I want to live. Mm-hmm. And that's when I actually started my official company, Grow Today. LLC, yep. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've done since, officially, business-wise, it's been 2014, but I've been doing it since 2010.
Wow.
And, I've gone through the certifications. I do because it's a practice. It's a constant practice.
Right.
That's why, again, you don't just up in one day call yourself a coach. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I've gone to the different classes, or I still do. And because it's your passion, you don't get tired of it.
Right.
But yeah, so that's how long I've been. So what, 9 years, almost 10 years now?
Yeah, almost 10 years. So I know it had to been a great field to practice in with your last company, having over 50 people that you were coaching.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that happened by accident as well. And I shared before on one of the shows was that I got into this business by coaching real estate agents. And
that is such an organic way to do it. You know, that's really cool.
And yeah, I'm very fortunate, that I got to be the coach of the office, and we would have between 50 to 60 agents at any given time. And they're, some of the best relationships that I have. I actually had one reach out to me this morning, sent me a text, "Hey man, just wanting to see how you're doing."
Wow.
And because we always talked about roller coasters.
Right.
And he went to Dollywood, and it's just things like that. I love having that bond, but you have that bond when you travel that road together. So
patience too, like, having a coach that's patient with you, but pushes you gently. I don't know the proper word, gently accountable, or, but sometimes I need the force, I do see some coaches out there that call themselves coaches, but it would never work for me, speaking down or, using language that wouldn't be acceptable, in my circle. That kind of thing.
There's no room for that. And the way I tell...
And people pay that person in that group a lot of money, and I'm like, I would never pay that for someone to tell me, I look a certain way, or, my lifestyle has to change, or my personal life is not up to par, like, no thank you.
And I think it's important to say is I'm not the best coach for everybody. Not one person is going to be the best coach. No. And because there's a lot of different motivators. And I'm not like that coaching, but there's some people, they need that.
Sure,
and
that's true.
And they thrive off of it. I'm not like that. So, we could talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's take just a quick break. But please come back. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Hi, my name is Monte Mohr. I'm the broker-owner of Realty One Group Music City. I've been an active real estate broker for over 35 years now, personally selling thousands of homes. That's why I recently opened Tennessee's first Realty One Group office. As a real estate professional, would you like having it all? Cutting-edge technology, full support, world-class training, same-day commission deposits, all for free? How about strong collaborative culture, national brand recognition, new high exposure, easy access office, and a non-competing broker committed to your success 7 days a week? Now let's top that off with all experienced agents receiving 100% of their commission from day one. I know, where's the catch, right? There is no catch. Call us today and schedule a confidential meeting and learn why Realty One Group is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the nation. Call 636-8244. That's 615-636-8244. Or go to topagentsuccess.com. That's topagentsuccess.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
And Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team.
So good to see your smiling face, Carey Ann,
so
along
good.
with Mr. Jason Hoover in the house.
Yes.
Yes.
We've got, we can sing Jingle Bells. We can sing Dashing Through the Snow.
Can you give us a little tune there? I know you're a singer. Come on. Come on.
Maybe. We got 45 minutes, right? Yeah, but that's what we have a lot of fun. So last week was my daughter's performance. Being one with a first grader, it was kindergarten last year, but, they're off for 3 weeks. I was like, what do working parents do with their kids off for 3 weeks in the middle of winter?
Just velcro them against the wall or something? Or
I
what?
swear. They're not going back till, January 7th or something, So you're like, okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. But she sang Cray Cray Christmas last week, it was a lot of fun, and she dressed as an elf, so.
I'd still love to have her on here for a show, I just think that she would be a hoot.
She would teach us all how to say the R, because we've gone to speech therapy now, because everything was wood and cat Yeah. They said, I don't know if I told you that. They said, they called us up and said, your daughter has a Northeastern accent and we don't understand why. I was like, well, that could be possibly my mother. I dropped it when I moved here, but my mom has a strong Boston accent.
Wow.
But I guess.
So can you fake it when you want to?
No, I will say sometimes it comes out when my mom's close by. But I did hire and fire my mother the exact same day because she's fabulous, but nobody could understand her. You thought the Tennessee accent was strong, the Boston accent.
Yeah.
And it comes across a little rude, and it's not,
it really, especially in Tennessee, it does.
Yeah,
sound
but
rude,
it's. I mean, it's just how we sound, and it's like wicked.
You don't mean
and
anything
yeah,
by it.
it's a lot of fun. But I always laugh at that because I was like, Mom, I love you so much, but this isn't going to work out. So we should actually have her on here. She would be a lot of fun too. But yeah, what are we talking? We're talking
Great
coaching,
topic
the importance.
tonight. Yeah,
yes, such a good topic.
Coaching.
Jason, you're so good at that.
Well, thank you.
Share more.
Yeah, so kind of tagging back onto what we were saying a while ago was that everybody needs a different type of coach. So you got to find the right one that best fits you. And it's sort of like mortgage or offices.
Yeah.
Find the Realty One Music City is not going to be the best for everybody.
Right.
And
we're not looking for everybody.
You're not looking for everybody. So you're trying to find the ones that are the best fit. And same way with the coach.
Sure.
And going back to what we were saying, it's like, I'm not that type of a coach where I'm just, very hard and, say things.
Sure.
But I will, what I tell my clients is that, I'm not going to enable you to lose, and I'm not going to limit you. If you want to succeed, we're going to work on this together, but I need your full devotion.
Right.
And
commitment.
Yeah, 100% commitment. And I tell them, I said, there is a criteria of people that I coach, and it's real simple. It's that first you got to be coachable.
Sure. Right. Huge.
And because I'm not going to waste my time, because it's not all about the money, right?
Right.
I'm not going to waste my time because, a lot of what I get out of coaching is seeing them succeed. And if they're not doing anything, it's like, all right, we're not a good fit. You need to go.
Right.
But first, you got to be coachable. And second, you've got to be driven. And so on that is that, I'll tell them, listen, I'm going to tell you things that might be hard to hear, but it will come from the heart. And so when we do have those conversations, there's some breakdowns. And, the breakdowns are good because it's the realization coming into them. It's not a breakdown because I'm beating them over the head. And it takes time to be able to do that.
It's a high level of accountability.
It is. And you got to have a heart to do it. And that's why not everybody can do this. And, I'm not saying, that other coaches that don't do it that way are wrong.
Sure. Right.
Don't get me wrong. That's just the way I have seen that best fits our agents.
I don't know if anybody in our office had a greater fan club than you do, Jason. I mean, we have an awesome family. There's no question about it. But everybody that has come over to our company that has known you has had such high respect for you. So you must be doing something right in the coaching part of it. I got to tell you that.
Well, and that means so much to me because I care for them. And I truly care that they succeed. And when I left, I mean, it was tough. I even sent out a short little video letting them know I was leaving, and I'm still, they'll text me and I'll call them, and we'll meet up sometimes.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, and that just goes to show that they understood my heart. Because it wasn't just a business relationship.
Surface level, yeah. It was really...
Surface level, that's a good way to put it.
Right, it was deeper. And that's important. I mean, because there's going to be some highs and there's going to be some lows. We all face different family challenges, and with children, and health and all kinds of things that come into the mix of everything that we think we're doing so great and where we're headed and we're on track to achieve. And then all of a sudden, bam, something happens. And so sometimes we just need that person to help get us back on because we do fall off. Even the best of the best falls off, and how can you get back on? And some of us are more self-motivated and I can take a break and a pause and I'm like, it's time.
Right.
I have to get back on, on track myself. But others do need, an assistance. I've got one loan officer and I love her to death. She's been with me 10 years. She's great. But she goes on a vacation. I've lost her. Literally, I've lost her for at least 3 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still in vacation mode. I'm like, you already came back. And she's like, all over the place. So, love her to death. So, it's like, I know that we need to help get her back on, the track there.
And life happens.
Sure.
And so that's when, it's a noisy world that we live in. And as a coach, I'm going to help you cut through that noise, get focused, and re-energized. Sometimes that's just, like taking a hard stop. All right, let's regroup and get back there on the field. One thing that everybody knows about me is I love baseball.
Okay.
So I use a lot of baseball analogies in my coaching.
Awesome.
Well, I know baseball, so we could talk baseball.
Good. You don't know Star Wars, but baseball, then we're good.
I'm good.
Has she redeemed herself now?
She has.
I grew up watching a certain team from New England, so.
Okay. I love baseball. I grew up playing it. But yeah, so you can relate a lot of it to the baseball because, who needs a coach, right?
Right.
Well, only the people that want to go to the next level,
right?
That want to succeed,
right?
Those are the ones that need a coach. And I see in some of these forums and places, people will say, you know what, you know what to do. You don't need a coach. Well, yeah, that's true. But again, you're misdefining or misrepresenting what coaching is. And yeah, you do know what to do and you need to get out there and do it, but coaching goes way beyond that. And I've seen it in my business, you've seen it in your business, and that's why it has become the almost the norm in corporate. They are now having coaches instead of consultants.
Right.
And going back to how long I've been in the business, I like to say, I was a coach before coaching was cool. Because seriously, it has not really been around that long.
No, it hasn't.
And back when I used to tell people I was a coach, they immediately thought I meant like baseball, football, something like that. And now it's so nice to say I'm a coach and they understand what I'm talking about. But that goes to show the power behind coaching is that if businesses are getting on board on this because they see the return, then why do you not think it would work for you?
I watched that show, Billions. I don't know if it's still on or not.
I love that show.
I love that. But in that show, they have, I don't know if it's a business coach or therapist. It's kind of a morphed role, combination where, you're at this crossroads, you need help getting through it or something like that. You just need someone to, be in a quiet place where you can talk through it. And I love that idea because I think we struggle with that in sales where we need that person we just need to talk through it with, and for me, I always say, I just wish I had a life coach of some sort. I mean, there's things that have come through my life that don't need me talking with, this person or that person, but just somebody I just need a quick little boost. Okay, what are your thoughts here? Help me, work through the problem I'm going through. But I love that part too. So I've really wanted to employ somebody just in my office that was that
cool.
business kind of coach
really
person
cool.
or therapist type of thing. Because in sales, and again, I hate to say the word sales because we are folks that provide a value and a service that makes a difference in people's lives. But there's some people that feel entitled. They speak down to us. We work so hard and they don't understand the energy and time we went into the process of getting somebody from the loan standpoint approved. And then they just decide, after all that work, they go somewhere else or, what I'm saying? So you just feel defeated, where you, just don't want to move forward with the day. I mean, and that could be at 2 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the day. How do you keep moving? How do you make something how do you make success out of that? And what would you say, as a coach? Well, I think that's a lot of what we struggle with the people that don't make it in our industry. Yeah. I think that they've been let down once or twice, and they just don't know how to keep going,
Yeah, and to that, of course, it will depend on the agent, but it's taking it too personal, and because you're going to have that. That's not going to stop. You have to have the discussion with yourself: am I okay with this? Am I okay with dealing with this? And it's just like baseball, that the more and more times you do something, the better your skill set becomes.
Sure.
And I remember going to baseball camp. I grew up Razorback fan, and so I was on 3 teams a year. I would go to the camps. I mean, I did everything. And one time we went to the camp, and it was during Christmas break, and I came home after a week and it was a lot of batting with, I kid you not, 25 blisters on my hands. So much pain.
Yeah.
They calloused over, and it's just like our business, that you do it over and over and over.
Right.
You'll get blisters. They're going to hurt, but soon enough they will callus over, and it won't hurt as bad. And so that's where you got to get to. It's like, you're going to get those rejections. It's going to happen, but.
And I think there's a batting score too. Like you bat a 300 or something. Is that a good number? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But on the sense that you're going to have a bad day and a good day. At the end of the day, overall, your year is really successful.
Yeah.
Right? So type of thing. Well, look at me. Not sure what I'm talking about at this point. Baseball or real estate. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll continue talking with Jason Hoover. You've been listening to The Talk of Music City Real Estate.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the talk of Music City Real Estate.
Where we educate and motivate all things real estate.
Hey, it's Monte Mohr here with Realty One Group Music City.
Hey, and Carey Ann with CMG Financial and my mortgage team. We've got Jason Hoover here with us. We're talking about coaching tonight.
Mr. Hoover.
All right.
Coach Hoover.
Coach Hoover. I can talk about
Who loves
this all
baseball.
day.
Hey, before we get more into the coaching, I noticed that you guys had you and Mindy had a closing at ROGMC recently. And how long have you
Sounds
been
like
here?
a song.
ROGMC?
No, that's a different one.
So are the numbers any better in the new place as far as what you net?
Oh yeah, that was a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a small car difference.
I love that analogy, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, that was huge. And that was our first one. Since we come on board. Because how everything
takes time,
right? Because we had some that we had to finish up over at the other place. But yeah, so that's our first of many to come.
Yeah,
and but yes, it felt.
Do you see an advantage of getting all your commission?
Oh yes,
okay.
Definitely.
I want to make sure.
Don't take it away.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, it's such a thrill. It's such a thrill to look somebody in the eye and say, I don't know of a better gig. And I really don't. And nothing against anybody else. I just don't know of a better one.
Right.
When you have 100% commission, it's just the frosting on the cake. When you got world-class training, cutting-edge technology, full support, same-day commission deposit, a classy office environment, a collaborative culture, you got everything.
Don't forget the broker.
Oh, that broker guy. Yeah, he's got a lot of experience, man. He's got a lot of experience, and he truly cares from his heart.
Yeah, because you're reachable. And I love, and I know you're not going to sing these praises, I will, but I love how over and over and over I keep hearing you on the calls with everybody saying, please reach out to me. Let's sit down and talk. I mean, you're not just saying, hey, this is available and never say it again. It's every call. You're like, hey, I want to sit down with you. Just here's my schedule. Please pick a time. Yeah,
no, I truly do, and I think that's what inspired me the last time we got together with you to talk about a $1,000 challenge, and I want to make sure everybody understands that this is not coming from ego. This is coming from a confident, not a cocky confidence, but just a true heartfelt confidence that I honestly do not know of a better gig in town. And again, we're not looking for everybody. We're only looking for those folks who would fit our culture and so forth. But here's the challenge again, real quick, folks, and that is, if you can come into our office for 45 minutes, this is for realtors, existing realtors, and let us show you what we have in technology training and support and tools. And if you can look me in the eye and say you've got a better deal, then I'll write you a check for $1,000. I mean, that's how confident I am. And and of course we're 100% commission on top of all that.
Right. Yeah, it was mind-boggling to me when we researched a few different companies and saw what was being offered. I've shared with you before, that was just a no-brainer. It was easy for us to make that decision.
I love it that you came in the office a skeptic, and you came out of the office with a signature on the truck form.
A believer, full believer.
Well, as a coach, you probably coach up folks with making the right decision as a CEO of your own business, right? We all are small CEOs of our own business. And so that's a big part of that. Not only do we have to be successful in our everyday, successful in our own personal life, but we also have to make financial sense, right?
It does. And that's a big part of it. And yes, I tell people, you need to look at all parts of your business. Everything matters. And especially when you're small and just getting started.
Sure.
Something like this is huge.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. I mean, now you go to multi-million-dollar producers, that lessens that impact, but it's still an impact on your business.
Sure.
But especially for the agents that are just getting started or been in it for a little while, not multi-million-dollar producers, it's a huge difference.
So what if you're talking to a newer agent? Or let me ask you this way: who do you think should hire a coach? Other than the fact we know they need to be coachable and they need to be trainable and they need to be looking at their business as a business, and they need to be willing to invest in their business because it's their business.
Right.
But who do you think is the best candidate for considering a coach? Well,
and it goes back to are you coachable first? Because if you're coachable, that means that you'll listen, and once we decide on goals, you'll put into action what needs to happen.
Okay.
And I use a GROW model, and that's not something I came up. It's a model in coaching that I've used for many years, and I love it. It's an acronym, as we don't have enough acronyms in real estate anyway.
Add another one.
But it's GROW. It's first when we come together, we're going to talk about your goals. You're bringing your goals to the table. So when we meet, it's not you sitting there listening to me. I'm listening to you. And then from those goals, we're going to unpack that, and we're going to identify what are the realities of it.
Wow.
What have you done in the past? What does it look like in the future? What you have available to you. So really, there's going to be a lot of discussion on that reality piece.
Okay.
And then from there, it's going to open up some opportunities and some obstacles. So from there, we can actually decide.
So O's got kind of a double edge to it.
Yeah, double edged. So from there, you're kind of weaving out anything that you may want to do. So options and opportunities and obstacles, and then we are going to agree on a way forward. Or some people call it what you are willing to do. And again, that is you saying, well, this is what I'm willing to do. And that's where the accountable piece of coaching comes into place. Then we're going to be talking about that.
Right.
And how you're tracking on it. And then next time we meet, we're going to see, where you're at there, and we're constantly pushing it forward.
So, Jason, can you share with the listeners, if you're thinking about getting a coach and would like to talk with you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
I'd love to talk with you. And easiest way to reach out to me is my phone number or my email address. Phone number is 615-513-2344. Or my email is Jason, Jason, at thehooverteam.com. But yeah, I'd love to, if nothing else, just kind of give you some insight. Again, I'm not going to, I will never, in any of those people that you talk to that know me, I never sell coaching. There's been many times I'll say, hey, this is probably not a good fit. If you can find a coach that better fits you, that's what I want for you. So I'm more than happy to talk to you about it.
And sometimes you're coached out of doing what you're even doing, right? Yeah. Like sometimes you realize after coaching that that's not even the right fit, for you. And then you find your path and your passion.
Or you grow past that point. Some things are for a season,
And to circle back around, who should hire a coach is anybody, and I truly believe this, anybody that wants to grow their business needs a coach. It goes back to baseball, is that, you look at all of the pros and the minor leagues, they have a coach for everything. When you start out, you have one coach, maybe an assistant coach over the whole team. Well, when you start getting up into the serious ranks, you've got a batting coach, you've got a pitching coach, you've got a fielding coach, you've got an outfielder coach, you've got the head you've
got a diet coach, you've got a strengthening coach.
Yes, you've got so many. And why is that? Because it's important to your overall success. And then when you really get big time, you have your own personal coach. And sometimes multiple ones. So, it goes back to, if you truly want to build a business and you want to succeed, and this goes beyond real estate, will do you great benefit to have a coach in your corner.
Totally believe that. I'm totally a believer in that.
Are you a believer in just having a friend to start out? Do you believe that having a friend, like maybe an accountability partner? Or is it too close?
It's too close because more times than not, they're not going to be accountable to their friend, and their friend is not going to have those hard conversations with you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way with marriage. Now, I'm not saying it can't be done, but again, it goes back. Odds are not in the favor there.
I agree with you because after a while, you learn how to do the dance, and it's not real.
I might be too intimidating for my friends.
Any good?
They would be like, "Whatever you want, Carey Ann. That's fine. You don't have to do that today. That's totally fine." I love it. Well, it's always a pleasure having you, Jason. And
thank you so much.
If you are looking to grow for your goals, realities, opportunities, and willing to do, definitely reach out to Jason. He is one that is making a difference in my life. So we're thankful to have you here. And thank you to everybody for listening. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And we will see you again next week, 5 p.m.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. You've been listening to the Talk of Music City Real Estate.